Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining us for this lyrical breakdown of Iron Maiden's Run to the Hill. Now, if you guys haven't seen our reactions, make sure you check those out in the channel before viewing this video. Or if you've already heard the song and you've seen enough reactions, let's just go ahead and jump into it. So, Tasha, you recently just listened to that song.
I did.
Yes. What was your initial thoughts about it?
Well, my initial thought was this is funky.
Right.
Until I heard the lyrics.
Okay.
And the lyrics, I was like, yikes.
Okay.
Because when he said the white man came across, and I was like, the white man. And then I couldn't remember what he said after that, but the tribe,
right.
I was like, oh, he's talking about the Native Americans. This is about to get ugly.
But you know what's funny is because I'm watching you jam in the video, and you can see her. She's dancing, she's grooving, and as it gets to the part, it's like, hold on, what?
Yeah.
And you know what? It's funny enough. I had this exact same reaction when I hear the song come on. You know, you guys had told me that Steve Harris was behind the bass line and made it real galloping bass line that made it real funky. You know, you're jamming to it, you're like do 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 do, and you're getting into the song, and then you're like, what?
Wait a minute.
Killed our creed, you know, raped our children.
I raped women, not the children.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, all right. So that's something else that I want to talk about. So guys, I am here along with this lyrical breakdown with my wife because, you know, we kind of want to make this a discussion before we actually jump into the lyrics. One thing I said in my reaction about this song was that these lyrics were brutal. And you hear a brutal truth and a brutal perspective about how this country came to be. And that's something that they don't teach you in the history books. And so
it's from the conqueror's perspective.
Right, it's from the conqueror's perspective as
Only.
well. Right, in the books that we learn in school is from the conqueror's perspectives. And it really kind of you know, shies away from the violence of this country. And so it reminded me of one of my college professors that I've had that, you know, during his course, he didn't go by the book. He didn't read from the book. He went from his knowledge of what he studied throughout the years. And anybody who has looked at history extensively knows that our history, no matter where you're from, is full of violence. And a lot of times they don't talk about that violence in any history book.
They may mention it a tad.
They mention a tad bit, but nobody really goes into detail.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay. The intro says, white man came across the sea. He brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes, killed our creed. He took our game for his own need. We fought him hard, we fought him well. Out on the plains, we gave him hell. But many came too much for creed. Oh, will we ever be set free? Okay, what do you think?
Wow. I mean, it puts you right there in the story.
Okay.
And they paint a picture, and I probably said this before, but this is very rare. And it's very honest because a lot of times we know why people came to this country, and we try to omit that truth.
Okay.
And this is something that needs to be talked about, and the fact that they put it in a song to like ease history into us, to make it more digestible, is freaking genius.
Well, you know what was kind of ironic was when I did a reaction to this song, it was right before Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
So that's another thing, because you know,
one of the things I didn't think about was Thanksgiving just passed.
Okay.
As much as I want to jam to this because it's so funky, like I can't. I feel guilty.
And, yeah, right, exactly. And my thing is that you know, we watch reactors as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys are like us and binge watch other reactors, if you watch any reactor and you see them like not react to that part, they are not listening to this song.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand, because sometimes you can get caught up in the rhythm. And,
but this song just had so many juicy pieces to it.
Juicy morsels.
Juicy morsels of information that you have to pause what you're doing just to really like, what?
But
what
the
is,
way
what
the
is
song is paced, though, there's no way you cannot not hear the lyrics.
Okay.
So I think they did that very well.
Right. Exactly. So of course the intro, basically to me it's about the Europeans coming over, and basically what the lyrics say. They killed our creed. They killed our friends and family. They took our game, or they took our game. And they fought them. They fought them hard, but you know, there was nothing they could really do. They end up losing, and now you know they feel like all is lost. So let's go ahead and go to the first verse.
Verse 1. Riding through dust clouds and barren wastes, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back. Women and children our cowards attack.
Wow.
So now it's from the soldier, from the European soldiers' perspective. So they flipped it.
You're right, yeah.
And so I love how they're giving us both sides.
Yeah.
And that's something that is rare. Usually you just get one side and they say that's the truth and that's all there is. But
that's what they teach you in the history books. You get that one side.
Yeah, so I think this is very interesting, and I love how they're giving you a setting.
Right.
And the setting is everything. So you're riding through the dust and there's, you know, the dust clouds, and so that paints a picture in your head.
Galloping hard on the plains.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear
horses galloping. Yeah. And then it says chasing the redskins, and you can picture the Native Americans in your head and them fighting, and it's just like all of this is going on and you're being like transported back in time with this.
Right. But you know what's also interesting is that you can tell. And this is just genius writing. I believe Steve Harris may have wrote this. I'm not sure. Let us know down in the comments below. But you can tell the level of respect that the soldiers have, or the Europeans have, for the Native American from the terminology that they're using. See, they're saying chasing the redskins back to their holes. So they're not saying we're chasing them back to their homes or back to their tents or back to where they came from. We're chasing them back to their dirt rugged holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back. And then even with that line right there, murder for freedom. Wrong. And it says stab in the back. So it makes you feel like
they knew they were wrong.
They stabbed them in the back.
They did.
You know, they befriended them.
Yes, you know, because we all know that they told the Native Americans that they came in peace. And the Native Americans
trusted them.
They trusted them.
They celebrated Thanksgiving.
They gave them food. They gave them land. And so when I heard them say murder for freedom, it really got to me, because a lot of times, you know, in this country we talk about freedom and we never realize at what cost this freedom comes.
Right.
And how this country came about. And this is the beginning of our country, and to not acknowledge it is a disservice, and to not acknowledge it means that the same mistakes can be had, because I really feel like we could have had a better America without killing the natives that were on this land.
Okay. I think that one thing a lot of people don't realize is that the price of freedom comes at a cost. And even now, we're allowed to do some of the things that we're able to do in this country because we have men and women who fight in our military to allow us to have the freedoms that we enjoy. And
we
so
take it for granted.
And we definitely take it for granted, and we thank those who are part of the service. But I think that even if the Europeans were there, at some point in time, some kind of conflict or war would have broken out. And either the Native Americans would have attacked and wiped out the Europeans who arrived, or they would have had to fight back and defend themselves. So in the next part, women and children are cowards attacked.
Yeah, and it's saying basically they're cowards. You know, they attack the women and children
Because they're weak.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And if you, unfortunately, in war, you have to hit people in their weak spots.
Okay. Oh. Ooh.
You know.
Okay. All right. Run to the hills. That's the chorus. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. And like I stated before, the rhythm in the song with the bass and the drums, it creates this atmosphere, creates this atmosphere for this sense of urgency. It makes you feel like you really need to run to the hills.
Yeah. Okay, verse 2. Soldier blue in the barren waste, hunting and killing their game, raping the women and wasting the men. The only good engines are tame. Ooh, engines instead of Indians. Selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. Wow. So you get them drunk and take their shit. Basically. You know, that's a tactic for you.
Right. So so in this verse, you notice there's a change in perspective. So well, not even in this verse, it was a previous verse. Riding through the dust clouds, it changes the perspective from from the Native Americans to the Europeans. Right. Then guitar solo.
Okay. And that's
and then it goes
all
back.
we have.
Right. And then it goes back into the chorus from run to the hills, run for your life. So like I said, I think that Iron Maiden did an excellent job with painting a picture of this scenario. And when you tune into an Iron Maiden song, it's almost like going to the movies. You can listen to the lyrics and they can paint a picture in your mind of what they're actually talking about. I think that's very cool.
Very powerful.
Very powerful. You know, these were some very powerful lyrics. So guys, let us know what you thought about this song. Let us know what you thought about this interpretation. Was it about something different? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I think it's obvious what this is about.
Well, just like with Hallowed Be Thy Name, people thought the song was about a condemned prisoner about to be hung, and you said it was about Jesus. So, you know, there can be many different interpretations with these songs. Guys, let us know what you got from it. We hope you enjoyed this lyrical breakdown. Of course, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time in our next video. Peace.